So, very good morning, friends. Now we will go with another interesting area called a overhead. See, overhead, if you recall, mainly problem questions only coming. Overhead, we can able to recall very systematically. The first area is called classification. This is a theory. Coming to problem, first one it is what? Allocation and apportionment. Allocation and apportionment. With allocation directly. Apportionment means what? You have to apportion on a suitable base. Rent on the base of square feet. Lighting charges na number of light point. Light point is not there, you have to take area. Power na kilowatt per hour. Here, repair of machine na value of machinery. Correct or not? Like that, if you want indirect wage na on the base of direct wage. Depreciation of machinery on the base of value of machinery. Fire insurance of stock, value of stock. Like that, you have to make a suitable. In the class, we have given a chart for that on reapportionment. This is what apportionment. Once you do apportionment, you will get a total which include both production department and also service department. This is what is called primary distribution. We know service department doesn't do any production. So whatever the amount of service department, we have to add back to our production department. That is, we have secondary distribution, or otherwise we call reapportionment. Reapportionment, we have mainly three methods. First one, it is what? Direct. The question itself will tell you what is the ratio. You have to do only production department. Only production. Next is what? Step method, which is not relevant for exam. You will give one department, but you doesn't receive it. The next relevant for exam is what? Reciprocal method. Next relevant is what? Reciprocal method. In reciprocal method, we have three methods are there. If question specifically asks any method, then you have to do that method. Otherwise, you can do your own method. In reciprocal, we have repeated distribution method. Which you have to do. Then we have simultaneous equation method. Then we have trial and error method. Are you clear? These are all the different areas here. Once you did this method, apportionment, reapportionment, next is what? Absorption of overhead. Next is what? Absorption of overhead. That is, this overhead you have to absorb on a suitable base. It can be machine hour, it can be labor hour, it can be material cost, it can be wage cost, it can be total cost. Like that, you have to take a suitable base. Once you absorb, you have to charge. You have to compare with your actual. Then that comes the last point: under absorption or over absorption. Under absorption or we have discussed it. There are three treatments for under absorption and over absorption. What was the treatment? We can charge into costing P&L, or we can go for what? Supplementary rate. We did problem will come for supplementary rate also. The next one it is what? Carry forward. Carry forward, don't do anything. This year under absorption will set off with what? Next year over absorption. That's all. This is what is called under absorption. This is a full fledged. So what we are approaching is what? We'll do a consolidate one question which will cover all these area so that you will be able to get a revision of all. Are you clear? That is what our approach. After this, there is a one small area only in this chapter, which is called a machine hour rate calculation. Which is called what? Machine hour. Which is called under this overhead rate only. You calculate machining charges, that is standing charges, and machining expenses. Then you have to compute what is the hourly rate. That is very easy area. So we are focusing on not machine hour is format based. You can able to revise it with the format. So we'll do a consolidate question on what? This apportionment, reapportionment, and overhead recovery. Are you ready, friends? So that you can able to do all the question revision. You can able to do what? All the question revision. If you do what? One consolidate question. With all the area you can able to see. This first question only apportionment. This is step method. This is simultaneous equation. This is under absorption. But this question, we have all the methods. But this question is direct apportionment. We'll do second method. See, this is a standard question. We have all the item. Apportionment is there. Reapportionment is there. Absorption is there. Everything is there. So we'll do this 72 question. Are you ready? Yes or no? So the new enterprise has three production department A, B, C, two service department D and E. The following are their rent, lighting, indirect wage, power, depreciation, sundry, and they are given the details: floor space, light point, direct wage, HP, working hours, everything is given. Yes or no? Then value of material and value of assets. Then we have A, B, C, D, E, E. Correct or not? So we'll start it. How we will start, friends? How we will start? We'll go for what? First, we'll go for statement of primary and distribution. Primary and secondary distribution. Statement of primary and secondary distribution. So what all the points will come? We'll have A, B, C. These all are what? Production department. If you want, we'll have one column for amount. Then we'll have service department D and E. This is how. In the class, we given separate column, amount, ratio, base. But in revision, we won't do that. Everything we'll discuss. In here also, we given one heading called primary. Here we given what? Secondary. That also we are now not going. So shall we start? What is the first item? Rent. What is the first item? Rent. What's the rent amount? 5,000. So this 5,000, you have to make a suitable base. What is the suitable base? Floor space. So this is the base you have to do. So 5,000 into this ratio. This ratio you can take common. This is 4, 5, 6, 4 and 1. What is the answer will come? That is, if I take 4 by, what is the total? 4. This is, what is the total? 4, 5, 9. 9 plus 6, 15 plus 4. What is the total, friends? 20? 20. So 4 by 20. You will get what? 1,000. Are you getting 1,000? You have got. So already in your notebook, you have the answer. Can you please tell me the answer? 1,000, 1,250. Hmm. Are you able to understand? How you get this to 500 and all? I will tell you. This 5,000, 500 is what? 1 divided by 20. This is how. Clear? Ratio of percent all we did lot. You have to get the ratio count. I'm eliminating those ratio count. Now next after the rent day, we have what? General lighting. General lighting, we have to go for number of light point. See, general lighting, the amount is 600. What is the number of light point? This one. So 10 is to 15 is to 20 is to 10 is to 5. Or you can take 5 is a common number, 2 is to 3 is to 4 is to 2 is to 1. What is the answer? Can anyone tell the answer? What is the answer? 100, 150, 200, 100. I will tell you how you will get the last one. See, if you get this as, if you take as it is 5 now, you take 5 divided by total of this. 10 plus 25, 45, 55, you will get what? 60. Are you understand? Or you get good ratio. What is the ratio? Small ratio. 2 is to 3 is to 4 is to 2 is to 1. Like that also you can able to. Correct or not? What is the page number? Page number? Material? Question page number? 25. Now moving further, next is what? Indirect wage. Indirect wage is direct wage. Indirect wage is what? Direct wage. Total amount is what? 1,500. So same point. What's the direct wage ratio we can do? Can anyone tell me the answer? 450, 450, 300, 450, 225. See, in your calculator, if you do, if some error may happen, you can have a counter check. How now? If you take the total of these items, it should be 1,500 of this. Otherwise, you have done some small mistake. What's the next item, friends? Power. Power on the basis of kilowatt hour. Here, kilowatt is not given, HP is given. So kilowatt is not there, you take what? HP. Very, very important. See this E item, there is no item. That means that column we won't do any apportionment. For the remaining item only will give 6 is to 3 is to 5 is to 1. In that ratio, you have to apportion. What power total amount is what? 1,500. So what will be the amount? 300, 500, 100. That's all. Next is what? Depreciation of machinery. Depreciation of machinery. What is the depreciation of machinery amount? 10,000. Value of machinery. Value of machinery, here it is assets. Here you can get it. 12 is to 16 is to 20 is to 10 is to. What is the answer? 2,400, 3,200, 4,200, 200. Next we have sundries. Sundries is a common item. We can take on the basis of what? Direct wage. Direct wage is best. Okay, if you can, working hours is given for recovery right purpose. You can do for that because working hour is not there in this case. You can go for direct wage. What is apportionment, friends? 3,000, 2,000, 3,000, 1,500. Now I am going to take a very big point. I am going to take a very big point. If it is a secondary distribution, you want to take two more new items, material and wage. This you can take either in the beginning or end. Here material you have to check in this question it is not there or not. It is yes, you have to take that item, but there is no value in D and E. You have to take only service department. Why we take only service department? Because service department only we are going to reapportionment. Primary department is concerned, it's a overhead. Material and labor is not an overhead, that is one thing. So material is not there, you can eliminate, but you have what? Direct wage. Some question material also will be there. So here direct wage is there. What is the amount? 1,500 and 500. Will take only for what? Service department. Now you have to take the total of all. This is what? Total as per primary distribution. This is what is called what? Total as per primary distribution. How you will take this total as per primary? You have to take 4. 4 means since I am using Excel, here final answer also you can just check it. It will be tallied. See, it is 30,600. Here also 30,600. You can able to check in last. So this is what is called total as per primary. Now primary distribution is over or apportionment is over. Next step is called reapportionment. What is reapportionment? See, if you go through the first method, this is what direct method. You apportion the direct wages in the ratio of 5 is to 3 is to 2. That means you apportion only to A, B, C production department alone. That is very easy. You can directly apportion. But we are not going to revise that. That is directly you can able to learn. We are going to do what? Reciprocal method we are going to learn. What is reciprocal? If you go this table, the amount is going to E, which is service department. E amount is going to what? D. That and the pakko, in the pakko. That way and this way. So what you have to do? You have to go for reciprocal. In this question, they are not specifically asking any method, whether it is a repeated distribution or simultaneous. But for your exam, if this kind of question is coming, you can decide which one you can do. You can do either repeated or simultaneous, which is easy for you. In here, what I will do now, I will do both the method. So one consolidated question, this entire chapter itself is over because we will do all the method. So first I will do repeated distribution. Once it over, I will do what? Simultaneous. So if I do in repeated distribution, what will happen? Let me tell you. We are going for repeated distribution. So first you have to take any department. I am taking first department D. Department D, what the total amount? 4625. This you have to apportion. This you have to apportion in what ratio? I am just writing that ratio here. This we have to apportion in the ratio of, I am just taking that number here, 20, 30, 40, and we have to go for what? 10. Correct? We have to go for what? 10. Are you clear? Next department, it has to go for what? 40, 20, 30, 10. Here 0. Here 0 means nothing. I am just doing some shortcut method, that is why. So now how you will do it? You have to do it is 4725 only you have to apportion into this ratio you have to go. Total will be 100. Since I am using Excel, I will get the answer very directly. Yeah. So if you want to get directly, I have to put this as constant. See, I am getting this answer directly. What about this? 4625 into 10 by 100. See, this answer is what. Now, if you want to do next department, just keep on going. Department E, just keep on going. Department E, total amount will be these two amounts. So these two amount you have to apportion. On what ratio? This ratio. So this two amount you have to apportion. This is the ratio. 40 is to 4 is to 2 is to 3 is to 1. For me, since I am using Excel, it is very, very easy. I will get direct. Now, why it is called repeated distribution? Now, only you complete it, again it is coming. See, 204. So, you have to compute again department D. Now, what you have to do? This 204, you have to apportion. This 204, you have to apportion. On what ratio? Again, the same way, you have to do this 20 by 2 is to the same ratio. See, how interesting. So, this amount, you have to do it. Now it's not how long you have to go until it reaches a negligible amount. Until it reaches a negligible amount. So we'll keep on going. Department. Hope you are able to understand. Yes or no? So department E. Now you will go for what? This amount. So now what you will do? This into we have this 40. Since I am using Excel, for me it's very, very easy. See, next you will go for again next department D. Now the amount is what? 2.4. So minus 2.04. You have to do the same point into 20 by 100. See? Now when it comes the last negligible amount. Now it is almost negligible amount only. So you can just now point on it. This amount, what you can do now, you can just left only for the remaining department amount. Department E don't want to give for everyone, then it will not get ending. So you can give for this department alone. So in this time 2, 3, 4. So you will get what 90. You can just make it for that alone. So that all. See, now you can take the total amount. This is the total of what primary this department. So you got the answer. See, this is what total as per secondary distribution. Total as per what? Secondary distribution. This is what is called total as per secondary. So primary over secondary over. Apportionment is over, reapportionment is over. Next is what? Absorption on a suitable base. Here they have set is what? Working hours. What is the working hours? They said what? 60,000. Here it is what? Here it is what? Not 60,000. 6 to 6. Next day 4028. Next is what? 4066. So overhead recovery rate formula you all know. What is the overhead by base? So overhead recovery rate or overhead rate. What is the overhead by base? You will get the answer. Very round number. 1.5 per hour. 1.5 per hour. Here 2.25 per hour. Round of correction. Since I am using Excel, that is what we will take 3 per. Are you clear? Recovery rate also. Now absorption. Is overhead rate. Now absorption. What is absorption? A factory cost you have to do. So you have to go for what? Statement of factory cost. All consolidated. First one direct material. What is the material? 50 rupees. What is the direct labor? 30. Now you have to add over. You have to add. This is what is called prime cost. You have to add over. Here you have to add department A. Department A, how many hours you take? 4 hours. So since 4 hours, 4 into 1.5. Department B, how many hours you take? How many hours? 5 hours into 2 point. How interesting. Department C, how many hours you do? 8 hours into 3 hours into 3 rupee. This will be 9. This will be 11.5. This is what. Now you can take the total. You will get the answer. This is what total cost. This is how you have to get it. Understand? See the cost sheet, everything we are taking this overhead basis. I have told you this one question. We learn what simultaneous equation also. We learn how it will be a simultaneous equation. What it is that one question you can able to understand all the part. 1 second. One same thing. We will do what simultaneous equation. Simultaneous equation. We have how many department D and E. So what you have to do now? Total of one department you have to make X and Y. So let see you have to go let total of service department D as X, E as what Y. So now very important. This X total will be already D have an amount of what 4625. Already D have an amount of what 4625. Already D comparing to repeated distribution, simultaneous equation, lesser time consumed. But if you're good in maths only, this will be easy. That is why if it is an open question, you can decide whether repeated or simultaneous. But there are some questions I shown you that here the question specifically asking only what question specifically asking. See, let me show you repeated distribution. Some questions specifically ask what simultaneous. So you don't have no choice. You have to do that method. So that doesn't mean that you have to learn one method. You have to learn all the methods. So 4625 plus a percentage of next department. See, here you have to look into E column. See, if you want to get E share, E column 10. Here both are 10, no problem. But when it comes, you take D if you want to get E column, what is the share for D? This way you have to look into. So 10 percentage. So 0.10 of what? Y. So what is Y? Y is 1575 plus. Here also coincidentally both are coming same. Now you have to go maths. That's all. Different 2 minutes say in maths what you will do now? X is equal to 4625 plus point 1 of what? Y. So Y means what? 1575 plus 0.1x. Now you have to solve this. X is equal to 4625 plus 157.5 plus 0.01 x. Again, if I so, can anyone tell 4625 plus 157.5 two number total? What is comes? 4782.5 y plus 0.01 x. So x is equal to 47825 divided by 0.99. What will come? How you got 0.99? Here we have x here. So what will the answer? You will get it. Sorry, da. I will do 4782.5 divided by 0.99. You will get 483. This is for x. Now, how you will get for y? Directly approach 1575 plus 4830.81 into 10%. What you will get? 1575 plus this amount into 10%. Now your answer will complete in 1 minute. Now your answer will complete in 1 minute. We have A, B, C. What is the primary total? 75. What is the total? 72. What is the total? 9650. Now you have to do what? Department D. Department D, very, very important. Department D, what is the amount? 483. In that, the share is what? 20%. You should not take ratio, the share only 20%. Here the share is what? 30%. Here the share is what? 40%. Same way, you have to go for Department E. Department E amount is this. Yes. 4830 into 20%. That only have taken up. 4830 into 30%. 4830 into 40%. Same one. It's changing now and we'll change the angle. Okay, thank you. So here 250 into 40%. Here 2558. You should not change the column. I might have selected wrongly because it's a revision little fast. You have to check it properly. So into what? 20%. Column if slightly change, answer is no. Into what? 30%. Now see the wonder. If I am taking the total, see, same number. See, 90. If I just go through little bit extra working, not even decimal also, it will be same. See, 93344 round off. Excel, that is a specialty. Are you able to understand, friends? We are getting the same 12,200, 906. So you can do any method. So if you do simultaneous, balance step will be remain same. That is this entire step. Here we have did this much step. This much step can be done with these steps. So it is your wish. This is easy. So we did both method. Correct or not? So this is how we have to do under both the methods. Then after that, we discussed one concept called it under absorption. These are all recovery rate method. Under absorption. This is what machine hour basis method. Okay. So this is how the point under absorption, over absorption treatment. This overhead means actual. Applied is what? 360. So this is what next level discussion. Treatment of under absorption and over absorption. So how you will approach, my dear friends? Your actual overhead is what? Actual overhead is 4,26,544. What is the overhead applied? Overhead applied is 365,904. So your applied or absorbed is less. Applied or absorbed is less. We call it as what? Under absorption. Applied is less. We call it as what? Under absorption. Applied is less. We call it as what? Under absorption. Are you clear? Now this under absorption, you can treat different method. This under absorption, you can treat different method. What all the method? You can carry forward or costing P&L or supplementary. In this case, two methods. So costing P&L directly. Supplementary rate, we have to get the ratio for this. Your WIP amount is what? Let me take. Sometime units also. We did with the unit also. This is with the amount. 480. Then finished goods. 230. 730. This next COGS. What will come? 840. 580. You have to take the total. Now what you do the supplementary rate, work in progress, the ratio base will come. This is the total amount you have to add back. So this is the amount you charge. So in this ratio, it will go for. For me, since I am using Excel, just scroll down, but I won't do that. I will do properly for you. See, this into finished goods amount divided by this. Next is what? Cost of goods sold. This amount into this amount, right? This amount. So this total amount will be same. That means you are adding back. You charge it less because we do on the basis of recovery rate. The actual there's an imbalance, so you are adding back. This is by a method called what? Supplementary rate. These are all very good question X. You can put a star mark and remains the same. The point is what? They don't given the profit percentage. So we will assume it what? Just like overhead, we assumed G2 and G2 same model question. You have to assume recovery rate as X and Y. We did 2, 3 model question in the classroom. These are all machine hour rate. I told the format ways you have to look into. Okay. So this is what are all machine hour. So this is how you have to look into very well, my dear. These are all machine hour question. So these are all, see, they are asking only recovery rate, direct apportion. This is what question specifically asked for simultaneously. Here or not. So here comes another one point called a direct apportion, this indirect apportion. So they are keep on asking the question. So this is how the questions are testing. Now let me show you. If you just gone through your ICMA recent MTP release, this is the model question paper. In this format, only your main questions will come. So if you go for intermediate, we have to go for cost accounting. I have shown you in the previous sessions also. Now, so far we discussed material, labor, overhead. See, if you go for, as I told you, same point. See, what is the objectives of cost accounting theory? What is the manufacturing cost? Sum of factory or direct made questions are coming. So our base knowledge only required. Now coming to here. Anyway, 2 mark I told separate strategy. See, this first question is come from cost sheet. First question is come from what? Cost sheet. This come EOQ. Today only we discussed a 500 or less than 1000. We did a 6 item. We did a 6 item. Here we have only 2. 5000 less than. The annual requirement is 5000. Delivery cost only. Same question. In the class we did a 6 item. Here in the exam they came only for what? 3 items. So EOQ one question. This is cost sheet. So cost sheet we will not discuss. Next day, here now only we discussed under absorption, over absorption. This question relating to what? Under absorption. That means in your MTP there is no question on what? Labor chapter also. That is why I told labor chapter is not a always question. This question we did in our class also. If I take uncompleted unit, the class we did now only we discussed the point uncompleted unit. See, where it is. One second. No. Let me show you this one. See, same question. In a manufacturing unit, all the recorded predetermined rate of what? 20. Now only we discuss the same point. Recovery rate, the same question in the class. 41 lakh 50, 40,000. The same point. 41 lakh 50, 40,000. How we did this in our class? Same thing. Now we did the same point only. Here only we discuss this concept now. Same format. You have to find out your actual. What is the actual? This is our class question. The actual already is 41 lakh 50,000. What is the overhead applied? Overhead applied, we have to find out. Recovery rate is 25,000. Man hours is what? 1 lakh 50. So 1 lakh 50 into 25. See, your actually is 41 lakh 50. Applied is what? 37 lakh 50. Under absorption or over absorption? Under, you absorbed less, it is called under absorption. So under absorption, that's it. This you have to charge on what? WIP, finished goods, cost of goods. Now only we just discussed. Also in our class also we discussed. What is your WIP? They said that unit sold during the year is what? 30. So sold is 30. WIP they said 30, but which complete only what? 66. So this is unit, not amount. So 30 into 66.667, you will get what? 20. It was not given. We can get reverse way. Total produced is what? 40. Sold is what? 30. So finished goods will bought 10,000. So if you take the total, here you will get what? 60. Just now only we did the same way. WIP, finished goods, cost of goods sold. What will come? This amount. Now I will do shortcut because just now only we discussed this point. So now I can do in shortcut. If I do this, I can just scroll down. This is the answer. Total amount, it will be tallied. Clear? This is the way it will be the first answer. But in the class, I have told you one more alternative method. What is alternative method? They said that 40% was due to defective planning. That 40%, I have told you an alternative method called that 40% you can treat as what? Costing P&L. Balance you can go for what? Recovery rate. This balance. This will go directly to what? Costing. This is came in CA Inter accordingly. Let's see which method followed. So if you do this 40, then your recovery rate slightly will change. Your recovery rate will be what? Divided by this amount. Let's see what happens. 80. This will be the difference. Let's see in your method, what method they sold. Cost accounting answer, which is the question that question number 3. See, they did our first method. As I told, institute will not do anything. 20, 66, 133. See, they did only this method. That is why your study method will not do. That is why I told in the class is the alternative method, but your question come, they will do it. Are you understand, my dear friends? So this is how. So because I want to highlight you, whenever I started contract costing, I have told you one thing. From contract costing onwards up to last class, 60% more. When I started marginal costing, I have told you marginal costing, standard costing, budgeting, 3 chapter weightage is close to 40 mark. Close to 40 mark. That is why if you go through this area, if you go through, we have only 2 questions came. 2 questions only came. 3 chapter, but only came what? 2 questions. Material, labor, overhead. Question came only what? 2. But if you take marginal costing 1 chapter, but the question will be what? 2. That is the weightage I have told you. So that alone, you have to understand and you have to rank it. Are you clear?